doing everything right, your calendar's color-coded, your days are scheduled down to the minute, you're showing up and you're getting things done. But there's an edge of pressure that never lets up. If this sounds like you, today we're going to be talking about why your calendar might be setting you up for burnout without you even realizing it. I'll walk you through 3 hidden signs that your schedule might be sabotaging you, and why traditional time blocking doesn't reflect how life actually works, and how to start planning your time in a way that honors your energy, not just your obligations and your tasks. Because most of us were taught to plan based on what needs to get done, not how we want to feel how we're doing it, and that's the real problem. How many of your calendar entries reflect the real effort, emotion and energy that goes into those tasks, actually what those tasks require? Because I'll be honest, for a long time mine didn't. I'd slot in a meeting followed by a quick admin block, then a client session, then a walk, then dinner, then a workout. And on paper it looked great, it looked efficient, productive, balanced. But in reality, I was jumping from an emotionally intense conversation straight into focused deep work with 0 decompression time. And I was treating 60 minutes like it only cost me 60 minutes, not the prep time, the energetic holding, the emotional presence and the recovery afterwards. My calendar was neat and completely dishonest. So let's look at the first reason that your calendar might be lying to you, and that is it reflects your tasks, not your capacity. Because as I said, most of us are taught to plan time based on what we need to do, not how we actually feel while doing it. So we block out an hour for a meeting, but we forget that that meeting will likely generate follow-up actions or stir up emotions or demand a shift in focus. Or we plan back-to-back calls, ignoring the fact that every call is a mini performance, requiring attention, empathy and responsiveness that takes something from you. It's not neutral. And when you don't factor that in, you end up running on empty, even though technically your schedule has gaps. One client of mine, let's call her Jenna, she had her week down to a fine art, color-coded, beautifully structured, and she was exhausted and didn't understand why. And when we looked at her schedule, it was clear. She was planning like a robot, not a human. Her calendar showed task after task, but nowhere did it include processing time, transition time, daydream time. She had scheduled her actions, but not her humanity. Which brings me to the second reason that your calendar is probably lying to you. It's probably underestimating the hidden time costs. So what I mean by that is, let's say you've blocked an hour to write a blog post, but that hour doesn't include 10 minutes that you'll need to get your head in the right space, or the time it takes to resist the urge to check your email. Or is that just me? Or the 5 small interruptions that might pull your attention away. And let's not forget that creative work doesn't operate on command. You can't always summon your best ideas because your calendar says it's time. Our lives are full of these micro moments that cost energy. Switching contexts, handling emotions, navigating distractions, managing your energy. And none of them show up in a neat time little block. So if you're planning without accounting for them, of course you're going to feel behind. Of course you'll wonder where your energy went. I'll be totally honest, I've fallen into that trap too. I used to plan like everything would go to plan. I block 30 minutes for a task, finish it in 45 minutes and then feel guilty for running behind, even though I was the one that set that unrealistic deadline. The expectation was unrealistic in the first place, and I had to learn how to build in white space, breathing room, flexibility, not just for the practical things, but for my nervous system. I now have monthly think days just to think and reflect on some of the bigger picture questions in my life and to see if I'm still on track or if any adjustments need to be made for the following month. Moving on to the third reason that your calendar might be lying to you, and it's this: it reflects intentions, not your real priorities. And this one's subtle. You've got your self-care time blocked, your yoga class, your writing time, your rest day, it's all in there technically. But when the week gets busy, what slides quietly off the list without much resistance? 9 times out of 10, it's the things that matter to your well-being. You see, your calendar might say you value rest, creativity, movement, but your lived experience might say otherwise. And this dissonance creates a subtle form of self-betrayal. Your subconscious gets the message that you can't trust yourself. You begin to believe that you're not disciplined enough, or that you just need better time management, when actually it's not about time at all. It's about how safe and permitted you feel to prioritize yourself. One client I worked with had joy time blocked out every week, literally scheduled, but she kept skipping it. And when she explored why, she realized she didn't believe joy was a valid use of her time unless everything else was done. And since everything else never got done, joy never happened. So if any of this is landing, let me offer a few small shifts that can help you start building a calendar that doesn't lie. First, plan by how you want to feel, not with what you need to do. You will add that in as well, but from the very first, how do you want to feel? If you want to feel calm and grounded, you might start your week with a morning walk or meditation instead of diving straight into emails. If you want to feel accomplished, you might tackle a small, meaningful task first thing on a Monday to set the tone for the week. So first, plan by how you want to feel, not by what you need to do. Second, block your non-negotiable personal time. Things like your morning walk, a proper lunch break away from your desk, midweek yoga class, or maybe 30 minutes on a Friday to journal and reset. Whatever it is for you that reflects how you want to feel and feels good to you. Then, once you've thought about how you want to feel for the week, scheduled in your non-negotiable personal time, then place your key priorities around your non-negotiable personal time, not the other way around. And when you're doing this, bear in mind your natural energy patterns. So if you're sharpest in the morning, schedule deep focus tasks like writing or problem solving or strategy work during that time. And if you know you crash every day around 3 p.m, use that time for lighter admin tasks. If you're more sociable in the afternoon, plan meetings, calls, or collaborative work then. Fourth, start protecting the invisible. And by that I mean your creativity, your rest, your thinking time, buffer time between meetings. Maybe plan a midweek evening to unwind with your favourite activity so you don't wait till Friday to decompress. Put them in your calendar, like you would any other commitment. And more importantly, honour them. Because I've learned that when I don't, my body will eventually force it. I'll start to feel exhausted, I'll get brain fog, or that disorientated sense of being out of sync with myself. And finally, conduct a time audit. For 1 week, track how long your tasks actually take, factoring in the transitions, emotions, distractions, all the things we've spoken about. Did you prioritize your non-negotiable personal time? Your moments for decompression or reflection? Pay attention to the gap between what you planned and what truly unfolded in the week, and use these insights to refine your plans for the following week. So if this hit home, the Purposeful Path goes much deeper into this. We don't just look at what's on your calendar, we look at why it's there, and we break the patterns that led to over-functioning in the first place. And we rebuild from a place of grounded alignment. If that sounds interesting, you'll find the link to explore it in the description below. And if this video helped clarify something for you, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.